guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in to a video that is going to be basically my replacement for my 2018 favorites video. I was making my big long list of all the products that I have been loving in 2018 and I just felt like it was really repetitive. I wasn't saying anything new or helpful because I think I've done a really good job this year at finding products that work for me and really sticking with them. Granted, I have tried and purchased a lot of new products, but there have been, like, the stuff that I would mention as being absolute favorites is the stuff that I talk about here all the time in my monthly favorites and otherwise. Like, if you just go back into tutorials or how-to videos I have here on the channel, you're gonna see those products over and over again. And if you don't think you have a good feel for what those products are, be sure and go check out the most recent videos because I've definitely been talking a lot about them. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and go watch those videos so you can see what they're all about. I thought I would change things up this year. Yes, I'll be talking about some favorites, but basically I pulled what I think are the most game-changing and or impactful products to me and kind of within the beauty industry this year and maybe a little bit before that, and also share my predictions for how I think these things will change the beauty community and the beauty industry moving forward in 2019. It just seemed like a really interesting topic to me and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Like, where do you think we're headed based on this, based on your experiences with the things that you have been trying and loving in 2018? Where do you think we're going in the future? Let me know down in the comments below and let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, first up, Glowy setting powders. I was introduced to the Lancome Absolute powders actually probably halfway through 2017. I really liked them because finally, even though I have combo oily skin, I don't like the flattening effect that a mattifying powder could have, and it can also accentuate fine lines and things like that. And so I just haven't really been a setting powder kind of person, but in the spring and summer, I mean, it's Texas, a little bit of setting powder goes a long way. And so a luminous setting powder really helped me find that happy medium between finding something that set my makeup without accentuating those fine lines and making my skin look super dry. So I was really happy with that, but these had been really the only luminous setting powders that I had been aware of on the market until 2018 when Laura Mercier launched her translucent loose setting powder glow version, and that I've really been loving. And it's a good thing too because I'm still not fully sure of the availability of all of the shades within this collection. When I reviewed the Laura Mercier, I did a comparison and talked about the lacking availability in the full spectrum of shades in the Absolute powder, so I wasn't sure if they were being discontinued, maybe they were changing the formula. It just seemed like there was limited availability, and so I was happy to have found a replacement that I love just as much. That said, these are still the only kind of glowy powders out there. I know Flower Beauty has one. I haven't yet had a chance to try it, but I feel like 2019, there has to be a boom in glowy loose setting powders for us out there who want our makeup to last throughout the day, but don't want to lose that healthy dimension that our makeup naturally has without it. So what do you guys think? Have you tried glowy setting powders? Do you love them? Not so much? Would you like to see more of them in 2019? Let me know. Next up, let's talk about eyeshadow pencils. It feels like I spent months doing my best to dig around everywhere, high-end drugstore, you name it, looking for eyeshadow pencils, and I finally got a review of basically every pencil that I had tried. By pencil, I mean like crayon, eyeshadow crayon that you can not just line your eyes with, but actually do a full eyeshadow look with them. I have a full roundup video that I posted a few weeks, maybe even a few months back at this point. But something I mentioned in that video is that trying to find affordable eyeshadow crayons is becoming more challenging. There used to be a ton of availability in the drugstore. Rimmel had some amazing crayons, NYC had some amazing crayons, and those are no more. So it was really a struggle to find affordable, good eyeshadow crayons. And so I'm hoping that is something that we'll see an emergence of in 2019, is that these brands took them off the market, they're reformulating, and they're gonna put them back out there. But in the meantime, I do have an affordable favorite that I did find. It's not available in drugstores, you have to order it online, but it is so worth it because the price is good, the quality is amazing, and the shade range is incredible. They are from Kiko Milano. They're long-lasting eyeshadow sticks. It says 8 hours, no transfer, and the shade I absolutely fell in love with is number 46, and I believe it's called Multichromal Mauve. A lot of you guys fell in love with it too because right after that video, they sold out of that shade on the website, and like, I'm not saying it was us, but I'm pretty sure it had to be us because like, what a very specific shade to sell out shortly after that video. So I think it's back in stock now. If if you want to go check it out, but this has just been an absolute game changer for me, and multichromal products in general. We've seen a lot of those in 2018 as well. I will link some videos that I have of some loose pigments that I tried this year, but eyeshadow sticks are just so much easier. I think they're a little bit more user-friendly for people who are on the go, they need to get ready quick, they just don't have the time to kind of play with pigments. You still get the same pigmentation, it's just a super easy application, and it's I think one of the more affordable multi-chrome products that I have. So that's another thing that we might see more in 2019 is more widely available multi-chromal products. Not just duochrome, but like trichrome, quadchrome, things like that I could see getting really big in 2019. Okay, next up is magnetic eyelashes. And you can roll your eyes because when I first tried these, I thought, oh, I was really on the fence about whether the effort to learn how to put them on was worth what they did for my lashes. However, about halfway through the year in 2018, I discovered magnetic half lashes or magnetic accent lashes. First found them through Ardell. They have these magnetic accents that I have like 6 pairs of because once I found them, I stocked up from Ulta to make sure I'm never without a pair because they are so easy to apply. I will link the video that I have with tips for how I like to apply these super fast, but there really aren't any other mass magnetic lashes out there that are affordable anyway. I did find these from Allure when I placed my most recent Ulta order. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm really excited to, and those are half lashes as well. And then I also picked up a full strip of Ardell magnetic lashes because the other part of this discovery for me, which is actually super recent, has been a magnetic eyeliner. So this is from the brand Moxie Lash. I recently reviewed it, you can go check it out. And the premise is that you put a line of this across your upper lash line and you literally just set your lashes on top of it. So there isn't even though it was really easy with the accent lashes, you don't even have to worry about lining up your top magnet and your bottom magnet to sandwich your lashes in between. You just draw the liner on, which I feel like we're all pretty used to doing at this point, and you just pop your lashes on top. But what I found in trying and falling in love with that was that I needed a little bit more of a dramatic lash. But again, there just aren't a ton widely available yet. So this from Ardell is the only style that I found, especially one that's really affordable, but because they're meant to be layered as a double lash, just using one of these lashes isn't really gonna do a whole lot in the way of adding drama to my lashes. So I am hoping that number one, there will be a more common use of this magnetic eyeliner in 2019, and as a result, number two, there are going to be more styles of magnetic lashes available because they will become so much easier to apply in the future. Okay, now last up, I want to talk about multi-textured palettes. Now, I think we're all familiar with the concept of a palette that has a lot of different finishes like matte, satin, shimmer, glitter, things like that. But in looking at some of my most favorite palettes that I've used in 2018, so many of them amp up the versatility even more because they don't just have a variety of finishes, they have a variety of textures. And here's what I mean as an example. So the Huda Beauty New Nude palette is one that really surprised me because there are obviously, well, there's this cream product here and then there are these matte shades. And then I thought the rest of these in here would be some combination of shimmer or glitter. But what you really have are these multi-chromatic shimmery shades that vary anywhere from sheer to fully pigmented. Then you have these pressed glitters here, some of which are just like this straight cranberry shade, and this is this really multi-dimensional glitter over here. So this combination of, again, not just finishes, but textures, different, like they just lay differently across the lid, it's not something I've seen done in drugstore or affordable products yet. And so I hope to see that happen more frequently because the stack of palettes that I have here that kind of check those boxes for me are all luxury. There is this Huda Beauty, which is the cheapest one I have. The other two I recently talked about in my Pat McGrath overview. She has multi-textured palettes down to a T, where she'll have, you know, again, these matte shades, and then she'll have duochrome iridescent shades, what feel more like pressed glitters over here, and just these really interesting multi-chromatic glitters slash shimmers that I just really haven't seen done elsewhere, and certainly not in a palette capacity. And then the other example I have are from Natasha Denona. Again, not cheap palettes, which is why I'm hoping in 2019 we see a real explosion, or at least some variety at all in the more affordable drugstore realm. Here I have her full-blown Star palette, which at this point is older, so maybe it was even one of the first of that multi-textured type of palette. And then this one I bought this year and I really love. is the gold palette. So for as much as I love these palettes, I would really like to see more of them at a more affordable price tier, and maybe that will help the beauty community as a whole innovate in the types of products and textures we're putting in our eyeshadow palettes, because so often it feels like, you know, someone comes out with a color story like, off the top of my head, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. After that palette came out, that felt like a real industry game changer, where then everyone was coming out with a berry palette with an orange pop, or like a sienna, burnt sienna kind of pop in it. And I really would just like to see something a little bit more different and with a lot of variety and more versatility in 2019. Something that these palettes do, but just, you know, a little bit more affordable. And that is it for me, guys. My 2018 beauty game changers, the things that I really think totally transformed my makeup routine in 2018, where I think and I hope the industry goes in 2019. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts on all of the above. Let me know down in the comments below, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!